welcome to week 7 of ECS 116, Teaching in a Diverse Society. So the purpose of this instructional video will be to review Module 4 objectives and then the instructions for week 7 in our course. So I'm going to go ahead and go through those. Module 4 is going to be covering the following. So we would hope at the end of this module you would be able to identify the difference between individualism and collectivism as a cultural value, identify your own personal cultural values in regards to individualism and collectivism, apply knowledge of these two cultural values to create a culturally inclusive early childhood classroom, identify some cultural differences related to daily routines, holidays, and child rearing practices, and then apply knowledge of cultural differences in daily routines and childcare practices so that you can alleviate cultural conflicts between family practices and the childcare program. And lastly, create a culturally responsive early childhood classroom practice around those issues. So moving to the next item, we'll look at the instructions for week 7. So I wanted to notify everyone that Module 4 is open from March 5th through March 18th. You do have an outside assignment due this module. So for week 7, all those items would be due no later than March the 11th at midnight. So I'm going to ask that you read Chapter 4, A Framework for Understanding Differences. That's in your DECE book, the small yellow one. Also, I have a unit introduction video called What Kind of Asian Are You? And then I have another look at the PowerPoint slides that talk again about individualistic versus collectivism, social culture values. And then I have a video to get you thinking called Latino or Hispanic. So following the readings and the videos in the module, I'm going to ask you again to review our cross-cultural communication strategies prior to posting in our discussion board. The discussion board topic is understanding differences in relations to value and culture. So you're going to post by Thursday, March 18th at midnight and then log back in and respond to 2 to 3 classmates no later than midnight on Sunday, March 11th. So please know that we have an assignment that will be due at the end or the conclusion of our module. And that actually, I'll change that. The due date is actually going to be the 18th. So my apologies, I'll update that in the module. So you'll have 2 weeks to get it done. Going forward, so taking a peek at what's next, here's your reading. So Chapter 4 in DECE, and then for next week, we'll be looking at Chapter 6 in Roots and Wings, and then I have 3 additional articles for your review. Continuing in the module, you'll see here's our video on What Kind of Asian Are You? Kind of really addresses stereotypes. Here's again the PowerPoint on collectivist versus individualistic social perspectives. And then we have Hispanic or Latino. So this is actually looking at cultural differences even within stereotypes or particular ethnic groups. And then we have our discussion board. So the discussion board would be available under the number 5, Understanding Differences in Relation to Value and Culture. So know that I'm asking for you to look at 2 values and 2 routines. I want you to talk about how you would handle those cultural differences in the classroom. And please make sure that you're connecting your post and your responses to information from the articles, the PowerPoint, or the reading. And then we have our parent interview assignment, which, like I mentioned, is due on the 18th of March. Here's your instructional video, the guidelines associated with that assignment, and then again we have the articles followed by the grading rubric, and then I have some information here on APA resources. So if you need any assistance this week, please don't hesitate to let me know. You can reach me at troki@hancockcollege.edu. Have a fabulous week, and I'll talk to you next time.